Guys, good morning. It is Saturday, but the Ravens are rolling, and they're going to play the Pittsburgh here in a few hours. I like the Ravens more and more and more as more information comes out. We get closer to game time. Bateman's not going to play. Deontay Johnson's been waived. Aguilar's not going to play. The reason why I think those are all positive things for this particular week for the Ravens are because we can really focus on running this football. Get the ball to Likely, get the ball to Andrews, get Kohler, Charlie Kohler, the tight end, and Ricard, get them up as many snaps as possible. Like, we really should just run the football, control the time of possession, control the game. We don't need big plays down the field at all. Pittsburgh's front seven got beat up last week going up against Philadelphia. It's a short week for them. I have a ton of confidence in the running game today. I just think that it's a great spot for the Ravens to just establish the identity. This can be the springboard game to go on a run. There's no reason why the Ravens can't control this game. The only way things don't go the right way today is turnovers, and that's what happened in Pittsburgh. 3 turnovers. That's what Pittsburgh's going to try to focus on. They're going to try and knock the ball out. They're going to have tons of different blitzes and schemes and weird little things to try to throw Lamar off. And that's why I'm just in favor, especially in the first half, run the football, run the football, run the football. We got Justice Hill, Keaton Mitchell. If he's going to be active today, I think it'd be a good spot for him. And as long as Ricard's in the game and they have those 2 tight ends, they can even have 3 tight ends if they want to. It's really hard to stop the Ravens. That's why if the Ravens are playing their best, they're the favorite to win the Super Bowl. The Ravens peak, the Ravens best, the Ravens A+ game is better than anybody else's A+ game. So hopefully we get that today. We shall find out. First, though, we're going to get Texans Chiefs. I'm really on this Houston team a lot today. I like the Texans. It's a really good spot for them. Their motivation to play really well and win this game is to get the 3 spot. You know, the difference between the 3 seed and the 4 seed is going to be a big deal in that first round of the playoffs. The Texans know they can't get the 2 seed. That's a big stretch. I guess they could get there, but it's a lot of work. But the 3 seed, they control their own destiny for that. And getting the 3 seed is really imperative for the Texans. They're going to play Baltimore next week. So Pittsburgh's right there. Getting that 3 spot means they would get the Broncos or the Chargers potentially in that wild card round instead of the Ravens or the Steelers. I think that's enough of a motivation for the Texans. Plus, they're playing, it's a primetime situation, standalone game at Kansas City. Texans they haven't been on television, primetime in a long time. So I think you're going to get an A+ effort from Houston. And I think Stroud is going to be good enough to get the win today. I think Houston's going to actually pull this off. The Chiefs, defense has been great, but they haven't, when they faced Josh Allen, they gave up a significant amount of points. And I think CJ Stroud's going to be able to just keep moving the chains. Nico's going to be able to stretch the defense more than the Chiefs are typically used to. They're going to have to respect that deep ball. And I look for Dalton Schultz over the middle. Joe Mixon. I like Houston today. On the other side of the ball, Mahomes banged up. He's going to play. But without that mobility to run around, they're going to really rely on that running game. I think the Chiefs are going to end up in 3rd and 7s and 3rd and 8s today, and that's going to favor the Texans. Texans' defense is really good on 3rd down. If they get ahead of the sticks and they're able to figure out different blitz combinations, D'Amico Ryans is doing a great job. Texans flying under the radar, Ravens flying under the radar. My prediction is tomorrow one of those 2 teams is going to be, if not both of them, are going to be the dark horse, if you will, to win the Super Bowl, because both teams have elite quarterbacks. The Texans and the Ravens are kind of mirror images of each other with all these penalties and silly things. But when they play their best, really tough to beat. So I like Houston today. I do like the Ravens. I can't bet the Ravens. We'll see exactly how that line, see exactly where it comes. But prop bets, I'll see if I have a couple that I like because I'm in favor of the Ravens running the football. On the other side, I think the Ravens should be able to handle, Pittsburgh without George Pickens. It's a completely different team. They're not dynamic on offense. The number dictates that they think the Ravens are going to blow them out. It very rarely happens in a Pittsburgh Ravens game, but if there was a game, it would feel like this would be it for the Ravens. So we'll see how it plays out. Tons of college football today. 3 great should be great games. SMU is going to play Penn State early. I like SMU. Too many points, nothing to lose for SMU. Same reason I liked Indiana last night. Get to that in a second, but I do like SMU. Clemson, I want to like Clemson. If they get the lead on Texas, I think they really can win that game. Texas is a really good front running team. If they get the lead, that front four, their defense is really tough. Ewers has been iffy. That feels like I got to watch the first quarter, and I have a much more strong opinion on that game. And then I really like Tennessee. That's my favorite of the four playoff games. Tennessee at Ohio State, everything going wrong for Ohio State. Lost to Michigan. They get a really bad draw because Tennessee is, I think, better than any of the other four teams that are on the road for these playoffs, and they're the 9 seed. I like Tennessee a lot. I think they'll be able to run the football with Dylan Sampson, and they have been battle tested. They've been on the road several times. I like Tennessee. I like Josh Heupel. Just too much bad stuff going on in Ohio State. I definitely like the 7 points. I wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee wins the game outright. What else? We got tons of college basketball. Maryland plays at noon today. I wanted to bet Maryland, but they're 11.5-point favorites against Syracuse. The game's in New York, part of a little tournament they got going on, but big number for Maryland. That game's at noon. Bunch of other college basketball. I was just about to get to looking at it to see if there's anything that I like. I'll have the bets out there shortly for football and everything else. J-Mart hit both of his bets yesterday, 2-0 for him. So if he's got anything or Jack does, we'll certainly post that. I'll be here in the morning to go through the rest of the NFL games and to recap the Ravens, Steelers, and everything else that happens today. A weird game with Indiana last night. If you didn't see it, you go right down the field to start the game. Basically, they're on the 15, 16-yard line, Indiana, and they throw an interception, and then they give up a 98-yard run on the next play, and then that was it. I don't know if Indiana was going to hang with them without that, but that made it nearly impossible. They just played horrible on offense, really conservative. They didn't do themselves any favors as far as draft stock. The quarterback was awful yesterday. No confidence. Notre Dame wins. They're going to play Georgia. We'll see how that plays out in, 10 days, I guess. So, all right, let's see if we can get on the right side of these games today. Looking forward to it. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you in the morning.